We have some special guests on here today who are going to share along with me. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm going to give co-hosts to a number of people so that if anybody needs muted, you guys can help out. Okay. Um, we welcome you. We are a community of like-minded, health-conscious people who have come together through the Juice Plus community. And the community is all about making simple changes for better health. We're all just trying to make our lives better and have optimal health. When we get older, we don't want to feel older, right? We want to be healthy and vibrant and just operating at our ultimate. So that's what we're looking forward to. Let's see. Doug, maybe you could check to make sure. I think we're live on that thing. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm excited to share with you guys tonight what I've learned for the past 21 years. And the whole goal of our getting together and doing these types of things all around the world is to inspire healthy living. So whoever invited you tonight, we're just really trying to inspire healthy living, making one simple change at a time. And so we're not perfect by any means. We're just all on a journey. So our journey started 21 years ago. So I put the picture of my family in here so you know how long the journey is and how tall these boys are now. And that it started when I was pregnant with the second one, which is on the left. But before that, we had a special needs child who is on the right. And so we not only have learned things through this community, but we've also learned because we had a special needs child that we were really concerned about, and we were doing everything we could to help make his health better too. So just some side pictures so you guys know that it's been a long journey, and everything's great. Our kids are very healthy. We stay out of the doctor's office. But let's look at what's happening in America. Okay, we have a lot of heart disease, unfortunately, cancer, diabetes, obesity. These things may or may not be affecting your family now. And hopefully it won't affect your family in the future, but it is really happening in society. And with children, our children are more harmed by poor diet than by drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. So we want to make sure that we're giving our children the best start. And I know that if you have children and you have a family, you want every day to matter for their health. So we don't want them to have heart disease, cancer, diabetes, obesity. Those are just setting them up for further disease. So the problem is we're in a battle every day. So we have environmental toxins that continue to increase from all different types of sources, things that we may just breathe in that we have no control of environmentally, or things that we actually put on our body, or prescriptions, and all these things just make our body work harder. We have a kidney, well, we have two kidneys and we have a liver, and these things have to filter all the time what we're eating, what we're drinking, what we're breathing. So we want to make it as easy on our bodies as possible. And then at the same time as we're having more toxins in the air and on our body and things, we also have a decrease in our food quality. It's not the same as many years ago. There are food processing measures that are done to make our food stay longer on the shelf and look good, right? We have in our community, we've gone and gotten fast food meals, and they look perfect after like years. And so that's because they add things that make it look that way. But really, real food rots. So you want to be careful of how much processed foods you have, because that's what's really going to feed your body. And then when we do have real food, like broccoli, it says at the bottom, 50 to 80% of it starts, progressively deteriorating. Okay, so what can we do to be healthier? We still want to eat that real food, that broccoli for sure. We want to exercise. That helps move toxins, right, and detoxify you. And it gives you more energy. It makes you feel better. Can you guys put in the chat, what kind of exercise do you like to do? I know I get excited about racquetball. If you tell me to go to the gym and lift weights and go on a treadmill, or should I say a dreadmill or a dead mill, no way. Okay. I don't get excited about that. So you always have to do whatever exercise you enjoy. And so if you even have to think back to like, what did I enjoy when I was younger? Or just even 10 minutes of brisk walking will give you 2 extra hours of energy. So moving your body is so important. It really, you feel so much better when you do. I'm having a hard time with my cursor. Sorry, guys. All right, let's see if I can. Oh, let's use this. Okay. And then sleeping, a lot of times, we pride ourselves on, oh, I just got 4 hours of sleep or whatever. But we need to make up for it. We've got to take little naps or something. We need to sleep because our good hormones come out to play during that time. And that's when you get rejuvenated and your body just kind of resets. So make sure you're getting enough sleep or make up for it also on the weekend, as much as you can. Managing your stress. I'd also love to hear in the chat, how are you managing your stress? Are you doing deep breathing? Are you doing yoga where you take that time, or meditation? Are you doing a gratitude journal? So put that in the chat so that everybody can learn from what you're doing. I think it's really encouraging. That's part of what we love about our community. And you guys are a part of our community, is that we learn from each other. It's like iron sharpening iron. So we all can learn from each other in that way. So we want to manage our stress because stress is a killer. Okay. So we've got to address it. We can't just let it continue and to bottle up or to become a pressure cooker, things like that. So you have to figure out for you, what do you do to de-stress yourself, or what do you do to become like feeling like yourself? Like I'm a beach girl. So get me to the beach, get me to racquetball, get me to the things that I love, and then or music brings me back to life, if I start feeling, whatever. So, those are the kinds of things that help me. Think about what helps you. How about drinking water? That's an essential. If you're drinking diet soda all day, is that detoxifying your cells? No. Is that hydrating your cells? Is that fueling your body? No. So we've got to drink water. That's what really helps us. And then as far as toxins, there's so many safer products out on the market now. There's no reason not to try them. And that way you're just cutting down on those toxins. And then eating real food. Real food detoxifies you. I just kind of giggle. I don't really. But I kind of think to myself, I wish people knew what I knew, because sometimes people are like, I'm going to detox over the weekend. Well, that's fine. But you want to detox every day. Everyday detoxing is fruits and vegetables. Okay, so there's no magic potion. We have to actually eat fruits and vegetables, and the experts agree that most diseases are preventable through good nutrition, and the actual foundation of good nutrition is fruits and vegetables. So we're going to dive into that. We need to eat 7 to 13 servings a day. Guess what? The 7 is for children. All right. So I think most of us are adults on here. We're supposed to have more than 7. That's a minimum too. So 9 to 13 really is our servings, and that still is a minimum. So do we want to have mediocre health, or do we want to have optimal health? So think about, you want to have more, and you want to have the dark, dense ones as much as possible, and you want to have ones that are just picked as much as possible. So you got to work on the rainbow, the dark, dense ones, try new ones. Don't eat the same ones all the time. Fruits and vegetables are really, really good for you. The blues are good for certain things, the purples, the reds, the greens, the oranges. So they all do different things in the body. That's why you want to eat such a variety. One of the reasons why you want to eat fruits and vegetables, which is something I learned 21 years ago. This was all a very big learning process for me. I knew nothing about nutrition when I started learning this, and so my mind was blown away. So the first thing that blew me away was that every day you don't have enough fruits and vegetables, it's like standing in front of an x-ray machine. We would never agree to that, right? But what we have going on is just oxidative stress. It's a metabolic process, and it has a byproduct called free radicals that hit on your good cells 10,000 oxidative hits a day. And so all over all your cells, and if it's your skin cells, that's what causes wrinkles over time. So in your body too, there's oxidative stress. Well, you've seen this happen with an apple. When you cut an apple, it starts oxidizing. Okay. What do? We put an antioxidant on it, a lemon or a lime, right? To slow that aging process. Same with us. We have to slow the aging process with antioxidants. So that's where fruits and vegetables come in. They are the key component that will bring you those antioxidants. Okay. The second thing that fruits and vegetables do is it brings you the vitamins and minerals. People are like, okay, I need to take a multivitamin. I'm so thankful this one person called today. They're like, my doctor recommended a multivitamin. And the wife was like, I know about Juice Plus. You're taking Juice Plus instead. You guys are going to hear about that. But it's all about whole foods versus multivitamins. Okay, so multivitamins, there's 30 isolated nutrients that they look at the apple or the orange or the peach, the pear, whatever, and they say, "Oh, looky here, there's vitamin C. Let's put that in a multivitamin and let's mega dose it." Okay, first of all, it's not mega dosed when it's in nature. It's like 5 milligrams, but when they get a hold of it, they say, "Oh, let's do 1,500." Okay, 5 versus 1,500, so that maybe it'll get absorbed in that multivitamin. But in the apple or the peach or the papaya or the pear or any of those different fruits or vegetables, there's 10,000 nutrients. So on the right is just one page of 25 of what's in an apple. And so, when you're eating the whole food, you're getting hundreds of thousands of nutrients if you're having many fruits and vegetables. But in a multivitamin, you're only getting 30. Okay, so it's really not all it's cracked up to be. It's just something that people have always known, and they don't know that there's something better. So that's why we're here to tell you about something better. And also, you want to look online, and see that vitamins may do more harm than good. Annals of Internal Medicine said enough is enough as far as research on multivitamins, that they can do more harm than good, and also they are not proven to prevent disease. So, Time magazine said it best: the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good they could save your life. So sometimes you see people start to juice, right? They're trying to get so many fruits and vegetables in. Remember, I told you the 7 is for children, 9 to 13 for us. So, how are we going to get that in our daily lives? Well, the American Cancer Society poster says you should eat all of these, right? To reduce your risk. How are we supposed to get all those? And not just for the risk of cancer. If you look up any disease process, you're going to find eat more fruits and vegetables. Well, I'm so thankful that a friend of mine introduced me to a way to get healthy easy, because if it was hard, I would not have been able to do it. All right. So the top picture is me at 32 and having my first baby, Matthew, who I told you about, who ended up being developmentally delayed. I was not a healthy eater. I had allergies. I was super run down. I had skin issues, all that stuff. And you can see I was pretty inflamed too. Compared to my third baby, 8 years later, down at the bottom, that's baby Emma. And I just had done so many of these simple changes that we're going to share with you tonight, that I felt super good having a baby at age 40. Now, the doctor didn't know that I had gotten healthier and healthier. So, he was like, yeah, your eggs are 40, your advanced age, and all this stuff. I'm like, listen, buddy, you have no idea. I'm so much healthier. So, I just really am happy that I found this solution that a friend of mine told me about. And she was just so excited. She's like, it's got all your vitamins and minerals and everything you need. And it's Jetsons come to life. And it really is. You take 2 red capsules, 2 green capsules, 2 purple capsules a day, and you've had all this produce that has been pulverized, including the leaves, the seeds, and the peels when they're good for you. And they take out the salt, the sugar, and the water, and they put it into concentrated powders. So it's in capsule form, but also they use those powders for a soft chewable as well, which people love. So for me, my immediate results were just prolonged energy in the day. Used to be I was just always drained and run down. Over time, my allergies lessened. And then I wasn't getting on antibiotics all the time like I used to, things like that. I also used it as my prenatal for my second and my third child. So Juice Plus has been a wonderful tool for me. And I'm gonna invite some of these lovely ladies to share their stories and using our other tools as well. So Sandy's on, and she's just gonna share her story, and then I'll go to the next page, and you can share, or you want me to go to the next page, Sandy? You don't care.
Sure. Yeah. There
Okay.
we go.
Yes.
Thank you, Sharon. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy, and I like to call my story Sick to Smiley. I first heard about Juice Plus about 8 years ago. And at the time, on the top left corner, you can see I had an almost 2-year-old who was sick all the time. He had everything under the sun, whether it was strep throat, bronchitis, ear infections, you name it. And we were always in and out of the pediatrician office asking them, what am I missing? I don't remember being that sick as a child myself, and they always said it was just a rite of passage, and they just kept prescribing us medication after medication. It was so crazy that I could actually remember at one point, my husband and I sitting in our pool around 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to bring down his fever because the rotation of ibuprofen and acetaminophen just wasn't helping. So I am very thankful to say, about, I would say, probably 6 months to a year into our process, and I have a 2-year-old. 6 months into our struggle, we were introduced to an amazing way to flood our body every single day with fruits and vegetables. Yes, Angel. And at the time, sorry, she's coming in. And at the time,
We want to see her.
oh, jump up. Hi. So at the time when I met someone, when she introduced the idea of this produce concentrate, she said, it's really important for kids and adults to eat more fruits and vegetables every day. And at the time I thought, this lady obviously has no idea. There's no way you're going to get kids to eat, 20 to 30 fruits and vegetables every single day. But what was amazing is our company actually came up with a way to put it in a produce concentrate gummy that tastes absolutely delicious. And I have so many kids and toddlers these days that are begging for it, and the parents actually use it as a treat to give them, to actually get them to eat their real dinner. Mommy. So I've been very thankful and so lucky. Today my son is super active and very healthy. Mommy. He actually eats fruits and vegetables off our tower garden. Mommy. And makes green drinks himself. So I'm very thankful.
Okay. All right, Sandy, I'll go ahead and cover that next slide because I'm sure you want me to. Okay, well, I know Sandy's thankful, and so are many of us on the line, because there's a family health study where the company uses our data to have a population study, and in return, the child gets their Juice Plus for free. So Savannah's 2, so she's not getting her Juice Plus for free. She could take Juice Plus easily. Probably, she had it in the womb and breastfeeding, and she's probably getting sprinkles and gummies. But Sebastian, her over 4-year-old, has been able to take Juice Plus through the family health study and get his free. And so that's open to anyone who is on Juice Plus, who is going to be the role model. And so what they're finding is what Sandy's saying, missing fewer days of school, less medicines, drinking more water, visiting the doctor less, less fast food and soft drinks, and eating more fruits and vegetables, which many of us have seen in our own families. And so now Kathy's going to join us and tell us about her love for the complete shake, which I absolutely cannot do without. Go ahead, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Sharon. I just want to say that I love the complete shakes, but I'm a fan of everything of Juice Plus. So when she's like, which one do you want to talk about? Like, oh, I don't know which one. But I love the complete shakes. I have been on them every single day for 4.5 years since I started Juice Plus. And when I say on them every day, I mean, I don't care if we go in the RV. David knows we take the Vitamix, and I will have my almond milk, my frozen fruit, because that's a no-brainer. He gets coffee, I get my shakes. And but 4.5 years ago, I started on Juice Plus, and for me, the shakes are it just makes you feel so good. I even took my shakes on a cruise one time, and I'm like, I don't like to do it in a shaker bottle. So I went down to the bar area, and I had my little packet, and I had my fruit, and I said, is there any way you could do this for me with some ice and almond milk? I said, I even have the almond milk. They made it for me. So next time you go on a cruise, take your shake. They'll make it for you, or at least they did for me that time. But I love everything about the shakes. I love doing the shakes every day, but I also love making protein bites and snacks out of them. There's even one recipe that is like Rice Krispie treats with the chocolate puffed rice, or using the chocolate shake and with peanut butter, or I use almond butter. And I'm telling you, don't tell the kids that there's fruits and vegetables in it and they won't know any difference. They're gonna love it.
And we've got a little picture here of you and Jennifer in the kitchen.
Yes, every time I go to Jennifer's, that's in Utah. On that night, I think we made 4 or 5 different kinds of protein bars. She makes them in bars, so because she tries to fill her husband up, her bars are about this big for him every single day. When I'm making them, I like to share them with people because I want them to give just a little taste of what they taste like. So I cut mine in little tiny protein bites, is what I call them. And I usually let her find the best ones, and then I go, okay, now what's that recipe? So I love to share the recipes and share it with friends and neighbors and people in the city. I'll say, I know around 3 o'clock, people in town, because I worked all the time, and I know about 3 o'clock that they're getting really hungry. So I just have to stop by with little protein bites. You want to try this? And don't even bring up Juice Plus unless they ask me. I'll say, if you want to know more about it, because it's got fruits and vegetables in it. And they're like, no way, there's no way. So I love doing that.
And then when you go on your walks with these ladies, you give them some Juice Plus. Is that what this is?
Okay, I don't know if you have the other picture, but that was at the very top of the mesa. We had hiked for about 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And if you saw in the very, very background toward the right side of my face, you can see Alamogordo, New Mexico, way, way below. And so to get to the top, there's 3 of us that are on Juice Plus. And so I said, I've got a treat for you, because everybody's hungry when you get to the top. So I gave them gummies and I gave them shakes. I said, you'll want a shake when you get home because it makes you feel so good. So I said, do you mind posing for a picture? Because I want to share this with my friends. So I actually love sharing about Juice Plus when I go on hikes and walks and stuff with friends, because what else are you going to talk about? Even if you just wait a minute, they're going to start talking about health issues or diet. They want to lose weight. Everybody has those kind of issues. So it's just a wide open, especially if you're on a 4 or 5 mile hike, you got time to share.
Mm-hmm. You're sharing something good. Okay, awesome. Well, I have Nalani, and I'm going to unshare my screen for a second because she's going to tell us about the Omega Blend, and she's going to show us what she does with the Omega Blend besides take the Omega.
All righty. I thought you were going to have that up there, but anyway. All righty. So omegas, these omegas are amazing. First of all, there's nothing like it because, contrary to popular belief, you don't have to get your omegas from fish. You know, we used to sing a song. Anyway, you can get your omegas from a plant-based. And that's actually where the fish get theirs. We used to think that you had to have fish, but the fish eat the algae. And so these omegas, and I have one here, I took one just so that I could share what I do. So they help the brain, the eyes, the heart, and the skin. And one of the things that I do is I take this, let me just share this briefly with you. Your brain is 60% fat, and the quality of the fat is dependent upon the quality of the fats that you eat. And so these omegas are omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And we really need all of them. And once you have it inside, then it shows on the outside. But you can also help it to show on the outside, the healthy glow that is, by putting some on your face. and smoothing it. Now, of course, you don't do it with makeup on, but it is amazing. It is just absolutely amazing. So it looks kind of dark because I'm putting it all on half of my face. But there we go.
Okay, Nalani, thank you so much. And do
There you
you
go.
have anything else you wanted to say on here? I love it. You look great.
Okay, so it's 100% plant-based. It's pure and sustainable, and we could use more sustainable rather than what's happening in the oceans today. And it's the full spectrum, like I said, omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And just look at the sources. You've got, let me put my glasses on and stop pretending I can see. Algal oil, sea buckthorn berry, pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, safflower seed oil, and tomato seed oil, where you will get all of those blends together. And that, the body really loves a teeny bit of each micronutrient. Well, these are macronutrients, but micro amounts of macronutrients, which help us to have the energy that we need to live. So I'm not going to take too much time with that. I hope that was
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I love calling on Dr. Nalani as much as possible, and she's just always doing things for her beauty. And so I wanted you guys to learn that beauty secret while you're on here. Any secrets we have, we want to share them. If you guys have any beauty secrets, you could share those in the chat as well. That'd be awesome. I was reading some of your things that you're doing to de-stress. I love that. Look at Nalani. She's putting it on her neck. I have done it too. It's great. And sometimes people use the berry blend capsules and rub it on their face, and then they do the omega after they rinse off the berry blend. So that can be your own homemade remedy instead of spending lots of money, besides the fact that Juice Plus can help your skin anyway. Antioxidants will do that. So you're probably not eating the food on the left all the time, but you're probably not eating the food on the right all the time either. So Juice Plus is a way to bridge the gap between what we do eat and what we should eat every day. And it's, really by increasing your plants. And Nalani brought up a really good thing about the omegas. I remember learning a long time ago that we have a lot of fats in our diet, but we don't necessarily always eat the good fat. And it's supposed to be equal, to have a balance of inflammation. Otherwise, we're going to be more inflamed, which also brings us closer to disease, okay, which we don't want. So we've got to have the good fats for our brain and our heart and all those different things, but also the fruits, vegetables, berries, that provides those micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals, the live enzymes, because we're live beings. And then the complete shake is like your next best meal. So I love using all those to bridge the gap. Juice Plus is a food. It is not a multivitamin. And so it's bridging a whole food gap. We're not eating enough of the whole foods in our diet. It's NSF certified, which means that there are no harmful ingredients and that what's on the label is in the product and what's in the product is on the label. There's nothing extra, and also, there's nothing that's deteriorating that you think is in there, but it's not. And also, we're able to use it with our high level sports like the Olympics because we have NSF for sports certified. So it's certified, there's no banned substances. And then number 3 is what really got me excited because I have a research background. Juice Plus is the most researched brand name nutritional product in the world. You can ask Siri if you want to. And so we have over 35, I think we have like 42 peer-reviewed medical journals behind our product. Now there's thousands of products out there, but I can tell you there are none with this depth of research or breadth of research. And I mean, you can call your quote supplement and see, but anytime I've checked it out, they do not have product specific peer reviewed research on their actual products. So, you might say, oh, there's a berry over there that does this or that, and therefore this product does that. That is not peer-reviewed product-specific research. That is borrowed research from that berry. So we have it on our product at all these different medical centers and universities. So you can definitely read more about that online or from the person who invited you. Here are some of the journals at the top, including Skin, the Skin Journal, Journal of Pediatrics, the Gum Health Journal, Journal of Periodonty. I can never say that. There's all these different journals up at the top. I love this British Journal of Nutrition. They used it on healthcare workers in Europe during flu season, and they found less severity and duration of cold and flu-like symptoms. And so that explains a lot of my results. There's a study or two on the immune system, which also explains a lot of my results, which I no longer have allergies where I have a Kleenex in my hand at all times. And you know, there's lots of different results that have been shown. And really what it comes down to is you're giving the body the right fuel. The body knows what to do with it. So you've got to give your body the right nutrition, and you're going to have better pulmonary function, better cardio function, healthier skin, all kinds of things. Dr. Richard Du Bois says there's nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. Okay, I want to get to the last item that we have that we just really love because it also helps us to eat properly and to eat vine ripened and non-genetically modified and non-processed foods, and to really speak to our message to eat more fruits and vegetables. This is a tower garden. This is at my husband's mom's house in North Carolina. They're enjoying the tower garden. Mother's Day is coming up. Don't you want to buy your mother a tower garden? That's what we did last Mother's Day. We didn't even know she was going to love it as much as she does. We get pictures sent to us all the time. When you have a tower garden, it's like having another baby. You know, you're always taking pictures, sending pictures, watching the new baby's growth, like the first steps and stuff like that, like baby's first steps. And you can grow anything that's not a root, a tree, what else? Or a vine on there. So lots of lettuce, herbs, tomatoes, cucumbers, things like that. The tower garden is a vertical aeroponic and hydroponic system of growing. It's been used at Epcot, where Disney is, you know, at Epcot in the land exhibit, as a way to just save land, save water. And so, you know, it uses less water, less space, more yields. They did a study on that, and grows 3 times faster. And we love it. I mean, it's great to have your own farmer's market, whether it's in your kitchen because you have the home version, or outside because you have the outside version, and it really pays for itself. You know, you don't have to go to the store as much for produce, and you don't have to depend on them as much for produce. So how much is Juice Plus? You know, Juice Plus is super affordable. We will work with you to help make that affordable for you. Just let us know. You know, if you brought $2.50 into your grocery store, I don't think you'd get the essence of 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries. So this is really a bargain, and then you get it free for your children. This is what we recommend, the trio blend, pretty much to everyone. And then also the complete shake. Both of those together really help to transform your health. And then the Omega is our newest product, and people are loving it. So for an extra dollar is the Omega. So altogether, it's just a Juice Plus habit. It's never been on the chopping block for our family, and a lot of the families that you see on here tonight. Maybe you guys can write in the chat, you know, whether it was how you started or how you could afford it. You know, sometimes people say, oh, I'll do without this and then I'll start this. Or maybe they started with just the red and the green capsules, and then they added in the berries, and then later added in the complete or the Omega. So, you know, any which way, it is definitely something that you want to consider. Good nutrition will give you good results. So sometimes people ask me, well, what about autism? What about Alzheimer's? What about allergies? What about diabetes? That's always a question. What about Crohn's? What about IBS? What about autoimmune disorders? Good nutrition is good for everything, okay? So it's really the foundation of how anyone can get better with any of those things. All right. So make sure you're sharing this gift with others. That's how we feel. We've received a gift from our friend, whoever our friend was that introduced it to us. That's why we're introducing it to you, because we know that we can't not share it with you. We have seen too much. We've seen lots and lots of people have great results. Be part of our community. We have lots of great information. We have this thousands of people community network, and they are the ones that come up with these recipes, okay, and these guides for better health for you. So tap into that. There's personalized support. There's a shred that you can do once a month for 10 days where you really are strict. There's all kinds of things. There's webinars about all different types of topics. So get with the person who invited you. There's a gluten-free vegetarian basically cookbook called Taste of Shred. I love that one. And then the other thing is, you know, if you love what you heard tonight and you're thinking of like your mother, sister, brother, cousin, whoever, why not join our mission and help us inspire healthy living around the world? So we are thankful that you are on here tonight. And if you have any questions, get back to the person who invited you. I'm gonna just say goodnight to you guys, and I'll stop the recording, and then we will see if you have any quick questions and we will entertain those.